Okay, where are we? We're over here. Hey, welcome to my first live stream. Hopefully, you can hear a track. You were able to hear some drums. You're able to hear my voice. This is the first time we're trying this out of my studio, and for those of you who have been to my studio, I try to make this a multifunctional workspace where I can create not only drum lessons and videos, but Skype lessons and now the live streaming world, which is new for me. I have some students who are gamers that are very proficient at this. However, we're running like a boatload of gear. So we just want to know if it's working, and hopefully you guys will help us out in the chat window. Maybe tell us if you can hear things okay, if you're able to hear my voice, the track, the drums. So we're going to stream for about 45 minutes. We have a lesson in the description of the live stream, which is a Google Drive link. You can download a PDF file of the whole lesson. The whole idea of this is one phrase, at least 20 fills. And it's all about building a system for creativity from one rhythm, from a source rhythm. So we're going to do a really simple source rhythm. And it's basically almost a clave. It is a clave pattern, but we're going to be playing this pattern. I'm just going to clap it for you. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and 4. So we're going to be doing this dotted eighth pattern with an answer on beat 4, basically. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and 4 E and a. And so that little rhythm, I'll play it on the practice pad. So it's going to be 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E, a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. 1 E, a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E, a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. So if we remove just the resolve points, just the accents of that, over the 16th note pulse, meaning 4 notes per beat, per quarter note, we have this. We're just going to remove the source rhythm. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and 4. 1 E and a 2 and a 3 E and 4. Let's put that in 3/4 time because it basically loop in 3/4 time and always land back on the 1. So we're going to get this. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 1 E, a 2 and E, 1, a 2 and E, 1. So now what if we take that same pattern and we put eighth notes against that? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E, a 2 E and a 3 E and a 1 E, a 2 and 3 and 1, a 2 and 3 and. When we did the quarter note pulse against the dotted eighth, we get a 3 against 4 pattern. When I studied with Kim Plainfield, rest in peace Kim Plainfield, he said 3 against 4, we're going to say pass the golden butter. So it looks like this. So I'm playing 3 notes in my left hand, 4 notes in my right hand. Pass the golden butter, pass the golden butter, pass the golden butter, pass the golden butter. Now when we did the eighth note pulse and we played the dotted eighth note pulse, then we had a 2 against 3 pattern. So we wound up with this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If I play that a little slower, this is the thing you'll say for that one. Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done. So we have our 2 against 3, our 3 against 4. So just so that you get more intimately connected to that rhythm before we start placing it all over the drum set, I feel like it's a really good exercise to understand how to count it, how to feel that. All this stuff is in the PDF file. Let's move forward. So what if I took that resolve point and just created a groove out of that? So this is really fill 1. If you were playing the most basic rock groove and then you played the accents in your foot as a fill. So what if we did this? We'll just take the accents and we'll put them on the snare drum for the moment against a quarter note pulse. The rate is 16th notes. The clave is 1 EN, a 2 EN, a 3 EN, 4. And it would sound like this just on the snare drum. Now what if we used an alternate sticking? We're going to use a right, left, left sticking. I'm going to use a left, right, right sticking. Okay, so that lends itself to putting all the accents in one hand. Now when we start to orchestrate, you'll see that it has really easy functionality on the drum set. We can easily move the accenting hand around the kit while the other hand stays grounded on the snare drum, essentially ghosting the in-between notes. We don't want everything to be super loud. So let's do this. We're going to play this orchestration. So what if I put that in context with a groove? So far we're using, the rate is 16th notes, we're using this clave rhythm, so we're using a particular phrase, and now we're just going to orchestrate and move it onto different surfaces. So really simply, go anywhere with it, right? So even, you know, ride cymbal. In the orchestrations, if you want to get really heavy, you could obviously use cymbals for those accents, crash cymbals and stuff. So let's say it was a quicker thing and a more aggressive style, you may do something like this. Pretty obvious choice, but might as well put it out there. Let's go down to using foot substitutions. So what if I played, we'll put the unaccented notes on the bass drum. Yes, the bass drum is going to be loud in there, but the accent points are sitting on top. So we're going to play, right? So there's one fill. I just used the 4 drums, answering with the bass drum. The 4th beat is a quarter note in our clave. 1 EN, a 2 EN, a 3 EN, 4. So my students know this, I call the 4th beat wild, meaning you can put whatever you want on the 4th beat, and hence creating several more fills out of one fill. So if I played this, that's an answer to that 4 resolve points, right? 1 EN, a 2 EN, a 3. The 4 could be whatever you want on the 4th beat. So orchestrate differently with that same thing. So it could be, if you want to go big and sort of big rock fill. Now let's do this. We're going to put the bass drum on the resolve points and we'll fill in between. So I'm actually going to play foot. You would be playing left, right. I'll play right, left. So you're going to reverse that sticking. Right, so you're basically filling in between each one of those. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. Right, so really simple, easy to play, super effective. Fill number 7, which was before that, was just doubling the hands. So using sort of double stops, right? That could be anywhere. So I'm going to do the splits now. So we're going to do 1E, right? So it takes on a different musical idea. Right, so I like that. It's just a little bit more musical. That time I was reversing the sticking, so going kick, right, left, right. Right, so you can hear that. I stole that from Tony Williams, by the way. That has a really nice sound to it. So, and if you're on a small kit, you just do it here. Right? That back and forth just has its own little thing. I love that. This fill is kind of for you metalheads and hard rock guys. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to play two 30-second notes on the third partial, okay, but with the feet. So it looks like this. I'm going to play, for you, your sticking would be left, right, foot, foot. I'm going to play right, left, foot, foot. So it looks like this. Okay, so the double pedal thing is kind of nice. It makes it a little bit beefier. And look, if I took out the two pedals and I just played one single 16th note, it's this. So I'm just doubling the bass drum note with the other foot. It's almost like the thought of a ruff, but being put on the feet. So. Right, so that's pretty nice. It's pretty heavy sounding. Now again, you know, I'm using this sticking, but you can reverse that sticking. So it's two notes with the hands, two with the feet. What if we reversed it and went, right? So now I have that back and forth thing. Right? So that takes on a different flavor. And what I was saying before is you could do it single-footed. So I'm using, again, that slide motion, right? Two pedals. One pedal. So we're into roughs. Now, what if we took those roughs and we'll put them on top? So this is a common rudiment. I have a lot of this material in my book. I'll put the pad up. So we're going to basically do this. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. So I'm playing a rough on the resolve points, on the accents. Known as a herta, right? So that would be like a herta. That's a good sounding rudiment. What if we orchestrate that? So let's do, I'll do, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to play a groove and then I'll orchestrate it a little bit. You know, you got to make up some stuff on the spot, right? 2, 3. Right, so I'm putting one of the notes on the tom for the accent. And then that fourth beat, I'm just playing 16th notes. So put that in any drum that you want, basically. So on a small kit, right, it has a really good sound to that. Now, what we could also do is let's take the first two notes and put it on a tom. So this is doubling our accent, right? But it's really super useful. I actually learned this from Kim Plainfield too, at the Collective when I was a kid. So check this out. So that has a really nice punchy kind of sound for those accents. Right, so that can go in any direction that we want. And speaking of with the roughs, I mean, it doesn't have to all be snare drum, right? So we could go, right, same resolve point. Right, so that has a good sound to it. Now, what if we just reverse the direction of the accent? So we, instead of, I'm going to move, well, I'm going to displace the accent, but we'll do this. So we could use direction in that case to achieve something like that. So I could go, right, has a different inflection. It actually changes our source rhythm. So I take it back. Don't do that. I take it back. No, it's okay. You could do that. Okay, so what if I did a foot substitution on that and I put the last note of the rough on the kick drum? So now we get the resolve point in the bass drum again, and we're putting the rough in the middle. That's a really good sounding fill. We could go, right? Sounds tricky. Sounds tricky. Is it tricky? It's not tricky. It's pretty easy. So it's foot, right, left, right. Foot, right, left, right. Foot, right, foot. Right? Okay, so now what we'll do is we're going to go to this idea. It's almost a groove kind of idea. This is also in my book in my hi-hat fills. So I'm going to do a rim click, and so I'm going to play that same rough on the E. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E, 4 E and 1. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1, right? So if you're playing something lighter, you still have the same resolve point, the same basic idea. So I like that one a lot, and I tend to use that idea if I'm playing sort of a cross-room click, funky little right? So that's a completely different approach to that idea. So now we're going to move to some flams. So it's 3 evenly spaced notes, so it's relatively this. You wouldn't know if I was just doing this whether I was playing triplets or 16th notes, unless I started playing something against that. So I'm keeping the quarter note pulse and then playing that dotted eighth pulse with it. And you could just practice. That's a great little muscle memory exercise to get that together. So you're playing 1 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 1 2 and 3 E 1 2 and 3 E. So you get your 3 4 1 together. 1 E, 2 E and 3 E and 1 E, 2 E and 3 and 1, 2 and 3. Now, once you have that down, you feel comfortable. You don't have to worry about resolving that, right? Once you go into 4/4 time, I would suggest still working on that without resolving it, so that it takes 3 bars to resolve. It'll sound like this: 1 E, 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2, 3 and 4 E and 1. It's really hard to keep saying that. 1 E, a 2 E, and a 3 E, and a 4 E, and a 1 E, and a 2 E, and a 3 E, and a 4 E, and a 1 E, and a 3 E, and a 4 E, and a 1. Keep running out of breath. I'm getting dizzy. Okay, so now we'll put in the resolve, the clave that we were using before. So we have this 1 E, and a 2 E, and a 3 E, and 4. 1 E, a 2 E, and a 3 E, and a 4 E, and a 1. Right? So, and at the end of that, in my workshop routine, we do this. We go 2 E, and a 3 E, and a flam tap, flam tap. Flam tap, flam tap. Flam tap, flam tap. But if there's anybody watching that doesn't know all the theory behind it, all the counting and all that stuff, if you think of it as groupings, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. That's a simple way to start to digest that and understand it before you get into notation and theory and all that. So, all right. So here I'm going to play the Swiss Army triplet version as now on the snare drum, leading towards maybe some fills. So, right. So we have that 4 E and a 1. 2, ready, and 1. So now if we use that, I'll just play it there. We'll put in a little groove. So. So now we can start to orchestrate that and put it around the drum. So it sounds really great on some toms. I'll just put the right stroke, the first right of the Swiss Army triplet on a tom. So. By the way, the flams, you notice I'm putting them kind of wide. You could widen that or tighten that up. Like in other words, I'll start with it really tight, and then I'll widen the flam. So if I'm going, right, so I'm just trying to make the distance open up, almost to the point where you can go into a, I just lost my left speaker, where you could go into, did you lose your left, Billy, or are you good? Where you can go into a rough from that. So watch, like, what if we did, right? So I kept making it wider and wider and wider, which I love that. I mean, being able to take, you know, the flams and make that decision to make it more open, more fat. It fattens it up, right? And it also depends tempo-wise what you have room to do. If the tempo is too quick, you're not going to really have that space to do that. So, okay, so here will be that same thing now orchestrated. So. That has a nice little sound to it. So Swiss Army triplet, right? Now, and orchestrating that. So, you know, I'm doing sort of a pull off for drummers, right? Pulling off of that tom. But we could push away. So it could be pulled towards. The same thing we do with the roughs. We still have 42 minutes to go. You people are the best. All right, so check it out. So we did the flammed idea. Now, what if we just did, let's just take the flam one step further, then I'm going to move on to the, I'm going to jam in the rest of it in 3 minutes now. All right, so check this out. What if I did flam drags? So sort of like the Tony Williams lick. What if we did some flam dragging the 3/16 notes, right? So that's pretty aggressive, right? So again, we're not putting that into a James Taylor tune, for sure. But when appropriate, it could be super fun. And that's another one I like to kind of split here. It sounds great on a hi-hat, I think. Right, so that definitely has a different inflection. Okay, so that's that one. Now, we didn't talk about any other rates. Let's double the rate. So we'll go to 30-second notes. Now, over a dotted eighth note, we have 3/16 notes or 6 30-second notes. What rudiments can fit really nicely in there? We're going to go with one of my favorites, one of everybody's favorites. I know it's your favorite. It's my favorite. It's Billy's favorite. We're going to do the paradiddle diddle. So the paradiddle diddle is a really easy sticking because we're just playing basically a 6-stroke roll that's rearranged, right? Right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, left. So if we take that paradiddle diddle, and now on the resolve point, we're going to squeeze in the 6 notes instead of 3, right? Before we did this, now we're going to put in 6 notes, right? I tend to accent the second note on the snare. Just has a different sound. It almost sounds like it's leading towards the snare accent though, right? So I'll try to keep that one lower to play it as I wrote it. Right, so paradiddle diddles. Now, again, you could double the accent at the top. Really nice rolling sound. It's pretty aggressive, but if the tempo's slower, you're filling up the space. Like if you were playing this at a slow tempo and you felt like it was just too empty, this is a great opportunity to fill this in. Now what if I doubled all those accents? I have 3 little things to look at. So the first one is going to be, so 4 30-second notes on the hands, 2 on the feet. So we're using the same thing as the paradiddle diddle, but with the hands. This is pretty common. I'll just make up an orchestration for it real quick. So we'll go. Using split accents on the floor and the snare, right? That's a fun one. And now we just have a couple left. So what if we just use 5-stroke rolls? Really easy. All this stuff is based on rudiments, right? Rudiments are just combinations of singles and doubles, right? So basically everything is rudiments. So the 5-stroke roll. And then the last but not least, this is the last one. And then, you know, make sure you download the PDF and mess around with this stuff. If we straighten out that 5-stroke roll from this and make them into quintuplets, so we get this. Right, that has a different feel, doesn't it, and a different sound to it, but it's really nice. So we could be just playing, same idea, snare fill, 2, 3, and 4, right? So quintuplets is the last little piece of that. So do me a favor, download the PDF. Do me another favor, if you like this live stream, go in the comments. Let me know actually, tell me anything that you think could be improved, because this is our first live stream. Tell us anything you liked. I'd love to hear that. All the feedback is much appreciated. And I'm going to be doing this on Monday nights. The next one that we're doing, I didn't pick the topic yet, but I'm going to tease it during the week. So I'm going to put a trailer video up. I have about 4 topics on my desk to pick from, so I'm going to pick something completely different for next time. And please tune in again, and I really appreciate everybody's support and coming out and watching this. And I'll see you on the next one. Roll the credits, Billy.